welcome back to the channel, guys. Farm Sim Snowy here. So it's Monday the 7th of February and we've got 22 mods today. So without further ado, let's jump into it. So first one on the list for today is this. This is the first of 8 from Giants today. So the first 8 you're going to see are all from Giants, just to save me repeating myself. This is the Manitou MAA T533145V Plus. This is obviously a telehandler, so you'll find this under vehicles and telehandlers. 106,000 to buy. It's 143 horsepower. It's got a top speed of 24 miles per hour, and this is 9 slots if you're on console. I have a few options to go for. Nice looking. It is a telehandler. It does what a telehandler does. It's got a pin hitch on the back, as you can see. So all we can change is the wheel brand. We've got Trelleborg, Mitas, BKT, Vestrum, and back to Trelleborg. Vestrum is the only one we can change, and that is going to be either standard or standard 2. And we can change the license plate if we want to. So that's the first one from Giants, the Manitou MLA T533145V Plus. The next one from Giants is Cavernland iXtrack T4. This is a sprayer, so you'll find this under tools and sprayers. 66,500 to buy. It will hold 4,600 litres of either herbicide or liquid fertiliser. 28 slots on console, and it's got a varying spread width of between 18 and 40 meters. It will run at 7 miles per hour when you are using it. I must admit, some of Giants mods are very high on the download megabytes and the slot counts. In fact, if I quickly click on, I think it was this one, this is 48.30 megabytes to download. And it is 28 slots, so quite hefty overall. Anyway, there is a few configurations. So like I say, you can change the working width from 18 meters to 24, 28, and obviously that's increasing the booms on the actual thing itself. 32 meters, 36, 40 meters, and then we're back to 18. Obviously, if you go right up to 40 meters, that's going to cost you another 20 grand. Wheel brands, we've got Trelleborg, Michelin, Continental, Vestrum, and back to Trelleborg. Trelleborg got standard, narrow tyres. Michelin, standard or narrow. Continental, we can't change. Vestrum, we can't change. And then we're back to Trelleborg. So there you go. That is the Kverneland iXtrack T4 by Giant Software. And then we've got the Cavernland TRB18, again from Giant Software. And I said I wasn't going to repeat myself, but it's just easier to let you know. This is a pack, and again these are sprayers, so you find them under tools and sprayers. So first of all, we've got the front tank, which is the 1100 Comfort. 4.5 grand to buy. That will hold 1100 litres of either herbicide or liquid fertiliser. 3 slots if you're on console. There's no options on that one, but it is nice detail. Got lights on the front, as you can see. And then we've got the B18, which is 26.5 grand base price. That will hold 1800 litres of liquid fertiliser or herbicide. That's 12 slots on console. It's got a varying spread width again, and that will run at 7 miles per hour when you're using it. So if you hook up these two together, you can have 2,900 litres of either those two products. So all we can change on here is the working width. So we've got 18 meters, 24, 28, and then back to 18. Very cool looking again. So there you go, that's the Kverneland iXter TRB18 by Giant Software. And then sticking with the Kverneland theme from Giant Software, we have this, which is the E-Drill Maxi. And it's another pack again. So first of all, we've got the H series. This is a power harrow. So you find this under tools and power. Why can't I say that? Power harrow. 11 grand to buy. It requires 130 horsepower to run. It's 3 slots on console. 3 meters wide, and it will run at 9 miles per hour. There is no configurations on it, and this will not hook up to that seeder because basically this is built into the bottom of that seeder. We'll have a closer look at it in a second. There you go, that is it. That is the power harrow. Getting better at it. And then we've got the seeder itself, which is the E-Drill Maxi, 34,500 to buy. Also 130 horsepower required. This will hold 2,000 litres of just seed, so no fertiliser, just seeds. 8 slots on console, also 3 metres wide, and runs at 9 miles per hour. This will just do your standard crops, and obviously by that we mean wheat, barley, oat, canola, soybeans, sorghum, oilseed radish and grass. Again, no options, but what I said earlier, that is basically the power harrow at the bottom, as you can see. And that is it. That is the seed drill, or the E-Drill Maxi. And that is by Giant Software as well. And another Kverneland, this is the 85112, also by Giant Software. This is a tedder, so you'll find us under tools and tedders, 24,500 to buy. It requires 90 horsepower to run, 6 slots on console, 11.2 metres wide, and will run at 9 miles per hour when you're using it. Again, no options, it is what it is, and it is a tedder. So there you go, there is lights at the back there. So very cool, that's the Kverneland 85112 by Giant Software. And then we've got this, which is the Samson Agro PG220 by Giants. 120,000 to buy. It requires 200 horsepower to run. This is obviously a slurry tanker, so you'll find this under tools and slurry tanks. 20,000 litres it will hold of either digestate or slurry. It's 6 slots on console, and it will run at 9 miles per hour if you're using it as a spreader. So there we go, that is that one. All we can change up is the wheel brands. We've got Trelleborg, Michelin, BKT, Vestrum, Nokian, and back to Trelleborg. In Trelleborg we can go wide or standard. Michelin we've got wide or standard. BKT we can't change. Vestrum you've got wide or standard. Nokians you can't change, it is set on narrow tyres. And then we're back to Trelleborg. We do have a license plate option as well if you want. So as you can see, it's got the hitch on the back there, so you can hook up to your spreaders. If you can see, depending on what device you're watching this on, it says combinations down the bottom. So for me, if I click R3, that is what I mean by hooking these guys up to the back. Obviously that will allow you to spread your slurry or digestate on your fields. So that's the Samson Agro PG220 by Giant Software. And then we've got its slightly bigger brother. This is the 25 version. This is 142,000 to buy. Again, you'll find it under slurry tanks. 250 horsepower required. This holds 25,000 litres of digestate or slurry. 6 slots on console, and again run at 9 miles per hour if you are using it like that. Exactly the same for the wheel brands and wheel setups. So that is that guy there, like so. And again, if I click combinations, we do have one extra, this big guy on the end that we can hook up to the back, like so. So that's the Samson Agro PG225 by Giant Software. And this is the last one from Giants. This is the Krampe SB2301070. This is a trailer, so you'll find this under tools and trailers. 84,000 to buy, 58,000 litre capacity, holds pretty much everything, and it is 4 slots on console. And there it is. You are going to need either a truck or a dolly, obviously, to pull this. Now, it looks like it's probably at the front there a belt-driven unloader, possibly. But we do have a grain door at the back. Haven't tested these because there is quite a few today. I've gone through a couple of them just to check a few things out, just to put my mind at rest and make sure I'm talking sense, which doesn't happen very often. But we can change the wheel brand. We've got Trelleborg, Michelin, Vestrum, BKT, and back to Trelleborg. We can't change any of these setups on any of them. And we can have a license plate if you want. That is very small though on the back, isn't it? Well, there you go. That's the Krampe SB2301070 by Giant Software. And then we've got this, which is the John Deere 7R Series 2018. This is by TRB18. This is a large tractor, so you'll find this under vehicles and large tractors. It is 238,000 base price. It's got varying horsepower, which we'll look at. Top speed of 31 miles per hour and 14 slots if you're on console. I do like this. This is a very cool looking John Deere. I know people will say, well, John Deere, it's a John Deere, isn't it? But it looks very cool, especially when the light catches it. And these wheels, look how shiny the wheels are. I like that. Very cool. Wheel brands, we can change from Trelleborg, Michelin, Continental, Mitas, BKT, and back to Trelleborg. There's not a huge amount, so I will run through these. There's a couple of tractors moving on. I think one of them has got quite a few wheel setup configurations, so I'll probably just show you a little bit there. But these ones, you got standard wheel weights, rear twin wheels. If you go for wides or twins, it's going to put the warning signs on the back like that. Then we've got twin wheels, standard, and then in Michelin we've got standard, wide tyres, and back to standard, so not a lot on that. In Michelin, sorry. Continental, we've got standard, wheel weights, rear twins, twin wheels, and back to standard. Mitas, we've got standard, wheel weights, rear twins, twins, and back to standard. BKT, standard, wheel weights, rear twins, twin wheels, and back to standard. And then we're back to Trelleborg. Engine setup, we can change up from the 7230, which is 269 horsepower, 7250, which is 290 horsepower, the 7270, which is 305 horsepower, 7290, which is 332 horsepower, the 7310, which is 352 horsepower, and then we're back to that one. And we can have a license plate on there as well, which is at the top there. Pretty cool. So there you go. That's the John Deere 7R Series 2018 by TRB18. Moving on from there, we've got this, which is the IH Optum CVX. This is by Dydek96. This is a medium tractor, so you'll find it under vehicles and medium tractors. 240,000 base price, again varying horsepower, top speed of 31 miles per hour, and this will be 6 slots if you're on console. We can change up. This is a cool looking tractor again. In fact, the 3 tractors we've got are very cool looking, very nice indeed. Wheel brands, we've got Trelleborg, Michelin, Continental, Mitas, BKT, Vestrum, Nokians, and back to Trelleborg. In Trelleborg, we've got standard, wheel weights, wide tyres, widen weights, rear twins, twin wheels, and narrow tyres, and back to standard. In Michelin, we've got standard, wheel weights, wides, widen weights, rear twins, twins, standard. So no narrow option in there. Continental, we've got standard, wheel weights, rear twins, twins, standard. Mitus we can't change up, they are just stuck on narrow tyres. BKT got standard, wheel weights, wide tyres, wide and weights, rear twins, twins, narrows and standard. Vestrum we've got standard, wheel weights, wide tyres, wide and weights, rear twins, twin wheels and back to standard. And Nokian we got standard, standard 2 and that's it. And then we're back to Trelleborg. Engine setup, we are on 288 horsepower, that's the 270. We can have the 300 which gives us 313 horsepower and that is it. So you got 288 or 313 horsepower, and again there's a license plate on there as well which is a bit bigger just by the beacons there. So not a huge amount of configurations on this guy, but enough if you want to play around with it. That's the Case Optum CVX by Didec 96. And then we've got another case. This is the Case IH Vestrum series. This is by Redcat 3D and Lucas 2002. This is a small tractor, so you'll find it under vehicles and small tractors. 102,800 base price, varying horsepower again. Top speed of 24 miles per hour. This is 19 slots on console, so a little bit higher. A very cool looking little tractor though. Nicely detailed. Like so. We've got a few configurations on here. This is one with quite a few different wheel setups, so I won't show you all of them, I'll just show you a couple. So wheel brands, we've got Trelleborg, Michelin, Continental, Mitus, BKT, Vestrum, Nokians and back to Trelleborg. In Trelleborg, we've got standard, wheel weights, wide tyres, wide and weights, wide 2s, wide and weights 2, narrow tyres, rear and narrow twin wheels, rear twin wheels and back to standard. So quite a few. Mitus, I think we've just got wide tyres, wide and weights and that's it. And then I'll show you Nokians. We've got standards, standard 2, communal and then back to standard. So there is quite a few options on there. Beacons, we've got none, left, right or both, left and right. Design, we've got EU, and then we can change to US. As far as I can tell, all that changes here is the 40 sticker on the window. And what else did it change? Oh, the inner wheels of the rear tyres. So if you watch, it just changes that. That's all I could see that changed. Couldn't see anything else. So quite what the difference is there for that, I'm not sure. Front part, we've got weight carrier. So as you can see, we've got the carrier there for the weight. And then we can actually add the weight itself. So we've got 500 kilogram front weight, 1,000 kilogram front weight. We can have a 3-point, which is very handy. And then back to the weight carrier. Mirror inside, if you look at the front screen just to the left of the steering wheel, we've got no at the minute. Then we can add that. So yes or no for an inside mirror. Front loader attacher, we've got no. We can have the quickie, Hauer and a stole. So 3 options there, that's pretty cool. Engine setup, we have got 100 horsepower, then we can go 110, 120, 130 horsepower and then back to 100. And then we can change the main colour, so we're on the case red, we can have the black edition, grey, 145 years edition. I do love this one, very cool. And then we can have the municipal orange, like so. We can have a license plate on there as well, which again is a bit bigger, like so. Quite a few options on that. That's the Case IH Vestrum series by Redcat 3D and Lucas 2002. And next up we've got this, which is the Lizard golf cart. This is by FS Modding. You'll find this under vehicles and cars. It's 8,000 to buy, 50 horsepower. Got a top speed of 37 miles per hour, and this is 4 slots if you're on console. That menu's playing up. There we go. So, unfolding mechanics. I'm not sure what they mean by that, but if we do go from no to yes, it puts a roof on. So, I'm not sure why they say that. So, yes or no, I'll keep it on yes. Main colour, we can change to anything like that, which is going to change that. The design colour is going to do your seats, so let's go something like that. And we can have a license plate on the back as well. It does say in the mod hub description, interestingly enough, that it's got tension belts, but I did get one of these in each configuration, so one without the roof and one with the roof, and I could not, there was no options for God, I can't speak today. There was no options for tension belts. I even got out and went up to them and it didn't come up with anything else, but it does come with a double cup holder in the front. So I am sold. There you go. That is the Lizard golf cart by FS Modding. Next up we've got this, which is the Fliegl ASS 298. This is by LandDEV. Now, one come out very, very identical to this, and I struggled for a bit to find out which one I had to add to do the mod review, because I've got both of them downloaded now, and I just went by the picture really, because it looked slightly, you know, different to the other one, and it looked like more like the mod hub description picture. So I do hope this is the right one, but we have got exactly the same one. It's worded exactly the same. It is the Fliegl ASS 298. We've got 2 of these now. So this is obviously a trailer, so you'll find it under tools and trailers. It's 61,000 to buy. It holds 48,000 litres of pretty much everything, and it's 3 slots if you're on console. We can change up the wheel brand from Trelleborg to Michelin, BKT, Vestrum, Lizard, and back to Trelleborg. We can't change any of the setups. Lizard does give you like a twin dual wheel on each side. Rim colour is going to be anything on there like so, and we can put a license plate on there as well. This is going to be one of those push trailers, as you can see from the front, so it'll push that whole bit with a grid there or grill all the way back. The whole back end will lift up, so it won't actually tip up this trailer. It'll just push all your product out, which I quite like those, because they're pretty good to use if you've got small tight animal pens with where the roof's quite low. So there you go. Obviously as well with that you'll need a truck or a dolly, but that is the Fliegl ASS 298 by LandDEV. And next we've got this, which is the Hauer RK basket and stone picker. This is by Glumpii and privatprivat. Could be privat. Very strange. This you'll find under tools and front loaders, because it is a bucket for a front loader. It's 1,200 to buy. It also holds 1,200 litres of either stones, potatoes or sugar beets, and it is 2 slots on console. Now, I haven't tested this again, but at the top right, I don't know if you can see the description there, it does say this is a beet basket, not a beet boxer. A beet basket from Hauer RK. This also has the function that you can switch on with the B button and thus collect stones from the field. So obviously B button's probably Xbox controller, so PlayStation will be circle, I believe. And yeah, so you can go along and pick up your stones from the field. Obviously it will only hold 1,200 litres of stones. All we can change on there is the main colour. I'm going to zoom in because we've got 2 orange colours. So we've got the Hauer Orange Metal, which we're on, and then we've got the Hauer Orange Altez Metal, which kind of gives it a more sort of dirty look. But there you go, that is all you can change on there. Does that cost anything extra? No, it doesn't. So there you go, that's the Hauer Arcade Basket and Stone Picker by Glumpii and privatprivat. Next up, we've got the Steyr Weight Pack. This is by AgrarDesignAustria. It's a pack of weights. They are all one slot, apart from one which is this guy here, the 1200 kilogram. That is 2 slots. Yeah, so a pack of weights. So the first one is a 500 kilogram weight for 1000. You've got 800, 1000 kilogram, 1200 kilogram, and a 1300 kilogram. The configurations are exactly the same across all of them. Cannot speak today, I don't know why. We can change the main colour, and all it's going to do is the 2 sort of stickers there. So we can change the main colour to anything like that, and then the design colour is like that. It's starting to look a bit like a Rubik's Cube, isn't it? But there you go. Doesn't cost you anything to change the colours, but they're all pretty much the same. It's just going to change the more squares. So there you go. That's the Steyr Weight Pack by AgrarDesignAustria. Next up, we've got Raisins and Grapes Pallets. These are by CuratoFarms. It's basically buyable pallets of raisins or grapes. So first of all, we've got the raisins. That is going to cost you 3,730 for 1,000 litres of raisins. 2 slots on console. And there you go. It's just a pallet of raisins. So if you need them to sort of speed up your production chain, anything like that, I think probably for the cereal factory, I think it is. That's that one. And then we've got the grape pallet, which is 1,200 to buy. That's 550 litres of grapes. 2 slots again on console. And you've got a pallet of grapes. Like so. So there you go. That's Raisins and Grapes Pallets by CuratoFarms. And then we've got these, which are Buyable Bales. This is by ModPassion. It's basically a pack of bales, round and square, in different sizes as well, which I don't think we've had yet. Now, this possibly might have an update, because I was going through them, and I'll show you first. So it says round bale hay there for 980. They're all one slot as well. Doesn't matter what size they are, they're all one slot. So first of all, this is 125, it says M there, but I think it's meant to be centimetres. So 125 centimetres, then it will go to 150 centimetres, and then it will go to 180 centimetres. But then it goes back onto a round bale of hay. And I thought, what is going on here? Why is that like that? But if you look at the symbols down below, we'll go back on these. That is the grass symbol, the darker green of those. If we go on to this one, it is the same or similar symbol. That is the hay symbol. So these first 3 are actually grass bales. So a little bit worrying. So just be careful there. So they've obviously worded that wrong. All we can do really is just change the amount that we require. So you can go 1 right up to 8 like that. So there you go. So we've got hay ones, then grass ones. Now I'm confusing myself. Then hay in those 3 sizes. Then we've got silage, and then we've got straw, and then we move on to the square ones. So we've got 120 centimeters, 180 and 220 centimeters in the square bales. So slightly bigger, but again that is grass, those 3. And then we've got the hay bales in the same. Oh no, we've got a 240 as well, sorry. So there's 4 sizes of the square ones: 120 centimeters, 180, 220 and 240. I do apologise. Then we move on to the hay ones. Then we've got the silage ones, again the same sizes, and then the straw ones. All going to be different in prices, but it's the same again. We can go from 1 to 8, like so. So there you go. That is Buyable Bales by DD ModPassion. And then moving on to the placeables for today. We've got a few of these as well. Starting off with this in front of us. This is the Chocolate Muesli Factory. This is by LSMT Stefan. This is 14 slots if you're on console. And it is for basically producing cereal. So it's a production chain. We'll take a look at that first in the build mode. So you'll find this under production and factories, and there it is right at the end. So like I say, it was 14 slots on console. It says 1 there because I've placed 1 down. It's 110,000 to buy. You've got to put in oats, honey, chocolate, sugar and raisins to produce cereal, and this is it. It's quite big. We'll zoom around the back in a second and take a look at it. There you go. Obviously once you've placed this down, you own it as a production point. So you'll come in here and you'll deliver your goods here, and your cereal boxes will appear out here. And if you want to access the production change menu, come up to this banner and it brings you into there like there. So as you can see on the right, those are the products that you need to put in, and then outgoing you've got cereal. So there you go. That is the first one on the list. Something different though. The Chocolate Muesli Factory by LSMT Stefan. And then moving on from there, we have these two, which is sort of a pack kind of thing. This is Concrete Manure Storage by Didec 96. We have a small one which has got a 30,000 litre capacity. That is 2 slots on console. And then we have a large one which is 80,000 litre capacity, also 2 slots on console. So obviously place one of these down near your cow barn pastures, well not pastures but cow barn, and you will get manure, providing you've given them straw of course. So again, in your build mode, these will be under buildings and silos, and there they are at the end. So the small one is 4,300 to buy, like I say, holds 30,000 litres, and the large one is 15,000 to buy. These kind of snap round like the bunker silos, so you need to sort of hold down your button whatever you're on. You can't spin them round. But there you go. Obviously you pull up with your trailer or whatnot and fill up from there. So that is a Concrete Manure Storage by Didec 96. And then moving on, we've got some more storage. These are Slurry Shaft Package by Razak. They are both 3 slots on console. They are for storing digestate or slurry. And again, you'll find these under your build mode, buildings and silos again. You probably just saw them. And there they are. We've got sort of like a lighter grey one. You can spin these round. They're both 60,000 to buy, and they both hold 500,000 litres of digestate or slurry. And then we've got a sort of darker grey one. So you can place these right next to your field if you want. Tip in, fill up from them, and then go and spread your slurry over your field. So very cool. They're quite nicely detailed though, with a little manhole cover going over there. I mean, admittedly you can see the grass in there, but there you go. So you just tip in and then you can collect out of there as well. It's just some storage. So that's the Slurry Shaft Package by Razak. And then moving on, we've got these two, which again is kind of like a package. This is Diesel Station by CuratoFarms. They're 1 slot each. So basically, you put this down, you can get diesel from there. You've got that option, or you've got the option with the lights if you want to. These you'll find under your build mode again. These will be under buildings and tools. And there they are there. They're both 2,200 to buy, so it doesn't matter what one you go for. They're both the same price, and I said they were one slot, didn't I? And let's, for instance, go there. Obviously you can spin them around again like so. Pretty cool. So there you go, that's Diesel Station by CuratoFarms. And then lastly today, there's quite a few of these, but I did put a few of them out. They're quite cool, quirky. Ideal if you're doing a bit of role play or anything like that, but it's a pack of decoration food. So we've got a tiny sort of little bit of bread there, almost like a roll. You can pick them up, which is pretty smart. Then that was, I think, sausage wrapped in batter. We've got a tray of bread, we've got a cake, a cheese roll, some flour. So very smart. I think these two are one slot. The bread tray was 2 slots. The cake was 3 slots. The cheese was 2, and this was 1 as well, I think. But we'll take a look at them. I didn't put them all down because I wanted to show you them. So again, your build mode, this will be under decoration and others. And there you go. As you can see, there's quite a few there. So we'll quickly go through them. They're all 10 to buy, pounds, euros or dollars. And they sort of vary in slots, but most of them are 1 slot. I don't think there's any one over 3 slots. So there you go, that was a pumpkin seed bun, like I showed you first. We've got pretzel rolls, wheat bread, box bread, bagel, wheat crust bread, wheat rolls, oh, apple, pear, jelly. Let's put a jelly down, we'll look at some of them as we go. Pomegranate, lychee, cookie. Let's get a cookie down, I like a cookie. A croissant, sausages wrapped in batter. That's what we got down. Kiwi, a slice of kiwi, that is, a whole kiwi, half a kiwi. Bread crate we put down, and the cake. We've got a little bit of cheese. Cheese crate, we'll put that down. The round cheese which we put down, and the flour we put down, and we've got a honey crate. I think that's it. There you go. So these are the other ones we put down. So we've got a cookie there. Bit of jelly. Does that wobble when we pick it up? No. There you go. Quite cool. Ideal if you've got a bit of role play going on. So that is Deco Food. I forgot to say actually, that is Deco Food by LandDEV. And that is it for today. Quite a few mods to go through. Hope you have all enjoyed it. If you have, please hit that like button. If you haven't subscribed yet, then please do. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future videos of mine. I've been Farm Sim Snowy. Stay frosty.